talk about some of your other activities. What is Breadpig?
A pig with bread wings.
Okay.
Obviously. Actually, I was really inspired by Paul Newman. He started Newman Zone a few decades ago because salad dressing sucked. And he's like, hey, dude, I'm Paul Newman. Like, this is great. I'll make some salad dressing. You know what? I don't need the profits. Let me donate them all. And he's kind of like the original gangster. I like to think of him as the OG of social enterprise. So before Tom's Shoes and all that nonsense, like this dude was actually doing it. And I thought, I can't make salad dressing, but I can make like geeky things. And so this was kind of like this, I guess Tim Ferriss would have called it passive income, that I was doing over the last couple of years, basically helping friends of mine get their books published in terms of like basically becoming a book publisher for XKCD and Saturday Morning Breakfast Cereal, and then also selling shirts and other various things. And $200,000 later in donated profits, it's been working pretty well. I just hired someone and
nice. Okay. So that's all for nonprofit purposes or whatever.
Yes. I mean, some of the money is used to kill kittens, but that's it purely. No. Okay. Oh God. No, I'm just kidding. I love animals. I don't want Anonymous angry at me.
So you're the Y-Combinator ambassador, and here in New York, we call that the guy who tries to steal our talent into California. What does that mean? In fact, we love you guys and hosted you at Hunch recently.
Yes, thank you very much for that Q&A.
But how do you think about Y-Combinator in New York, and are they ever going to come to New York?
Gosh, I hope we can continue to grow the presence here. You can't spell New York City without YC, right? Sorry. No, I'm hopeful because when Paul and Jessica asked me if I wanted to be a part of Y-Combinator, I said absolutely. Tell me what I can do for you. And then I told them I was going to move to New York, and they were like, okay, we're going to have to revise this a little bit. And this is a city I was born in. It's a city I love, and it's a city with a really great burgeoning tech scene. We were joking about how everyone keeps talking about it, but that makes a difference.
Yeah.
And having a presence here means I can help sort of inform people about Y-Combinator, sort of be a mentor for YC founders who are based here in New York. There's about a dozen or so New York startups. And then also, if there is startup talent out here that has any interest in Y-Combinator, sort of funnel them along and say, why not give up 3 months, get some funding, get some great experience, get plugged into the Y-Combinator network, and then get your asses back to New York as quickly as possible.
And I was joking about the stealing talent, because actually I've seen a number, including like the HackRooter guys, actually work out of our office, those guys. And,
Originally Hive.
And Tutor Spree, and I've seen a bunch of them actually come back, and I think they've had a great experience, and it gives them like West Coast, gives them the whole YC thing, plus they make, friends in the West Coast, and so I think in my experience they actually are kind of going and coming back.
And it's such an easy sell for people who have lived or are living in New York, because you spend 3 months in Palo Alto and you are desperate to get back to civilization. And frankly, of course I'm biased here, but if Y-Combinator is the Harvard, and I'm saying this as someone who went to a state school, is the Harvard of accelerator programs, how many kids go to Harvard and stay in Cambridge? Like, how many are like, yes, Cambridge, I'm going to make my bajillions here?
Although in fairness, that California is the center of the tech world, and there's a pretty strong pull. But
we have to fight this. Just like our common enemy are all those quants and all those banks, rather. No, the quants we love. We just want you guys working for startups.
So no, that's cool. So then, and then you also angel invest through Kapital.
Yes.
Is your investment fund?
Mostly so I can mess with the tellers at Bank of America. Are you a communist?
And so can you talk about some of your investments? Or you have a T-shirt on of one of them.
Yeah, I'm wearing Destructoid shirt. That was one of those things where all I did growing up was play video games, and that was pretty much what got me through K through 12. It was lots of video games. And then actually college as well. But once I started with Reddit, actually once Steve and I hit level 60 in World of Warcraft during Reddit, I kind of tabled that.
You didn't buy the expansion and go to 70?
I could not, man. No. It was Steve kept playing for a while, and he was going on these guild raids for drops, and it's like, dude, you're spending an hour for the chance to roll on something with like a bunch of other priests. What's the point? But I couldn't go that far. I'd hit 60. I was like, all right, that's a milestone. I'd only hit 52 in EverQuest. This is a tangent, I know, but that was always one of those things. For the record, EverQuest is for the real champions out there. World of Warcraft's for the pansies. But anyway,
EverQuest was the first real massive.
And man, they punished you when you died in EverQuest. You lost experience. You lost hours of your life.
World of Warcraft 2 is like it was only went up, right?
It's cake. Yeah. It's just cake. Anyway, but
I was like killing wolves on level 5, and finally just gave up. It was
grinding.
Like, I know.
Well, so we should have partied together. But yeah, so Destructoid is a really great gaming blog. And then you mentioned Tutor Spree. Those dudes, hardcore New Yorkers, great attitude. And it's great now they're coming back to New York to hopefully help parents find tutors so their kids can get into Ivy League programs.
Yeah. And any others you want to mention?
I should definitely mention Grub With Us, especially because, well, they've already gotten way too much attention anyway, but I'll keep doing it.
Are they in New York? Or?
Yes, they hit New York a few weeks ago. And it's just...
Were they YC? Or?
Yes, and they were Chicago-based originally.
Huh.
And what I love about them is they have so much hustle. I love the hustle. They used to actually get up really early in the morning and stuff leaflets, I hope this won't get them in trouble, in the subway newspapers after they had gotten dropped off, but before the morning rush came. So they were doing this free grill advertising, stuffing in clever leaflets, advertising for these meals, basically an easy way for you to prepay for a meal, show up, have this prefix menu and like 10 new interesting people to hang out with. So it's kind of dating, but also more like, let's just meet interesting folks, and if I find a boyfriend or girlfriend out of it, great, and if not, I've had a good meal. And I could have sworn, first time I was like, all right, it's Chicago. Everyone's friendly there. It's the Midwest. Would this really work in San Francisco? Like, all right, the different, folks are very friendly. They're a different city. And it worked. And I'm thinking, all right, but hold on, can this actually work in New York? Like this is the next threshold. And sure enough, it's been working really well in New York too. So they got a lot of hustle and very cute graphics on their website as well, which are very important to me.
Yeah, you like cute animals apparently. Like
I joke.
Hipmunk as well, right?
I can't do a startup unless it somehow involves a cute mascot that I draw.